by the order. I am on a city sidewalk. I will continue to protest family court.
This is Susan Bassi with a very special First Amendment Investigative Audit, and I want to take you through our journey on how mainstream media and social media are handling issues related to law enforcement agencies, our local courts, and our local communities these days. And this was an arrest made on a public sidewalk of a man who was protesting in San Jose, California, the heart of Silicon Valley. And we call what these officers are doing a ROSSI. They are arresting somebody for exercising their First Amendment rights. And at the time they were arresting that individual, he was associated with me doing some film work. His name is Scott Largent. And as any publisher, investigative reporter, mom, or member of the community would do, I called my friends in the mainstream media to tell them about this arrest. And my associate Tracy Kaplan published this article in the San Jose Mercury about the arrest, noting that there was huge disputes going on between the protesters and family law attorneys in the local community. And after that article ran, Ms. Kaplan was contacted by James McManus. Mr. McManus is an attorney who is loved by the mainstream media. He's gotten important laws for us put into place, including laws about being able to get email records from public records requests. And I want to show you what James McManus had to say on a public sidewalk a few blocks away from that family courthouse. When I asked him about some emails that I had obtained through a public records request, emails related to a 2018 Santa Clara County election, the heart of Silicon Valley, where the first judge in California was recalled in nearly 80 years, and James McManus represented the judge who was recalled in that election.
Outside, you have a meeting outside? I'll take my picture.
You're on a public sidewalk, Mr. McManus. You're a rock star. You did the emails. You have the email legislation. The media loves you.
And during that recall campaign, Judge Persky was also represented by Ann Ravel, who I've interviewed many times and who is running for the 2020 state Senate race. And while I have interviewed Ms. Ravel on a number of occasions, on this evening at the local Bar Association, I had a little help from my First Amendment auditors who work with me by remotely recording on social media.
Oh, you're pointing it at me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm recording off of my other camera.
Okay. I'm gonna delete all of that video that I just did.
And I'm connected with Ms. Ravel on LinkedIn, and I've interviewed her on many occasions, and I understand that she worked for the county council during the time period where the only judge in California was ever indicted and removed from office for traffic court fixing with the Los Gatos Police Department.
Holiday opinion? Really? Wow, you guys
Hello,
have
Miss Ravel.
fancy parties.
Hi, Judge Ryan. Judge Zahner. I'm Susan Bassi.
And based on my training and experience as an investigative reporter, even I was a little surprised to see Ann Ravel with the county's presiding judge, Judge Ryan, and the assistant presiding judge, Judge Zahner, at a Santa Clara County Bar Association meeting where an attorney, Bruce McLeod, was being recognized while he was also representing attorney Bradford Baugh in a civil conspiracy case. And I was a little surprised to find that Judge Ryan had the time to engage in social and professional relationships with all of these attorneys, because last May I filed a complaint to Judge Ryan about these attorneys engaging in private judge appointments in violation of the law. And apparently she hasn't found the time to get back to me after I delivered that complaint as she sat on the county's Public Safety and Justice Committee.
Did you know that I got over 6,000 emails because of the law that you got for us under Ted Smith? And the email showed that Jeff Rosen and Michelle Dauber basically had over 6,000 communications during the recall, and he used her as a conduit to get attention.
I have heard that.
Would you like me to send you the emails?
No.
You're not interested in if your client was defrauded during that election?
It's not a question of my interest, it's a question of the client's interest. He just wants to be left alone.
It's kind of a big deal if the local district attorney rigged an election to get your client recalled.
Whatever you want to do to expose that, God bless you. But Persky is he just is withdrawn from the world, basically. He doesn't want anything to do with any of this stuff, you know?
You don't think that's shameful, what they did
I didn't say that. I said I don't want to embarrass him by bringing this all up again.
Well, wasn't it embarrassing enough to get recalled?
I don't even want to talk about it. No offense.
Well, I have the 6,000 emails.
Good for you.
I have a stipulation from the AG that shows what they did.
With those. So you don't need to have me involved.
Hi, how are you? I'm doing well. How are you guys? Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Have fun up there.
Hi,
Hi. Are you here for something?
I was talking to Mr. McManus.
Oh, okay.
It's a matter of public interest. Our local DA rigged our local election.
Oh, okay.
That's Mr. McLeod. He's being honored tonight, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Do you know he's the attorney in a civil conspiracy case where Brad Baugh was involved in a civil conspiracy during a divorce case?
Okay.
And misusing client funds and trust account, serious fraud issues. He's going to be in a RICO pretty soon. And Mr. McLeod is the attorney in that. So
Okay.
you guys might want to watch the money.
Thank you.
I tried to call the police because I'm filming. Absolutely. If you want to have glass windows in your lobby, it's fair game, baby. Google films you every day. Just would answer some of my questions, I'd be happy to go away.
First Amendment YouTube auditors have taught me the importance of the walk of shame, and I've tried to incorporate that in my work as an investigative reporter. Because if I do my job, both as a First Amendment YouTube auditor and an investigative reporter, there are going to be public officials, elected and appointed, who are going to be indicted and going to prison. And this is part of a multi-part series, because on Friday, Ward Penfold did a Hail Mary, and he passed the ball to Michael Rossi, his associate, in my First Amendment anti-Slapp case. And Michael Rossi committed a serious error that will likely result in a number of public officials going to jail. But in order to show you this, it's going to take several short videos, and I hope you will stick with me as I give you Michael Rossi's final First Amendment exam. And at the end of that exam, we're going to find out if Michael Rossi is going to be indicted for public corruption, along with his boss, James Williams, and the Santa Clara County District Attorney.
Audrie's name, and you are now suing her biological father. And Lisa, you aren't even her parent. You are a step-parent. You were dating Larry. And Sheila, you had multiple boyfriends. And you committed fraud in a family law case. And a judge told you that you were not a good mother. Do you have any comment about the domestic violence cases and the calls for service at your house and the fact that you never raised the domestic violence issues and how that might have affected Audrie's mental state and contributed to her suicide, and that was concealed from the boys when you got them to take a plea? What do you two have to say about people who are critical of what you did to those boys in the Audrie Pott criminal matter? Did you in fact collude with Jeff Rosen in order to get a favorable settlement in your civil case where Bob Allard was your attorney? Have a nice day.
Okay, thank you.
Make sure Scott goes away.
You're not going live?
No, I couldn't get it. I went live for a little while and then it went black. I recorded the whole thing on the security.